Dear junior high school parents, the countdown for the start of classes in junior high school is getting louder, and because many things will change in the way we engage our students' learning, it's understandable that this uncertainty has provoked all sorts of questions. Questions as trivial as grooming, to questions as consequential as admissions exams to senior high school. But unlike in other school years where parent orientation is done via a general assembly with a deluge of questions, we don't think an assembly is enough to address this. In a way, this situation and the current circumstances that we find ourselves in led us to the formulation of what we think is a better medium of parent engagement. We call it SHOP, the School and Home Online Partnership Program, where resources are made accessible to parents and available for them for a longer period of time to help our parents digest the material. So, what is SHOP? I think it is important to point out that SHOP has several components or phases, if you will. And it is important that parents go through these phases sequentially so that you get the benefit of a meaningful orientation to the school year. The first phase is to make sure that you have gone through all the previously released materials related to online learning, such as the Ateneo Basic Education Online Primer, the Gsuite recommended technical specifications, the Google Classroom Basics for students and parents, and the webinar of Father Johnny Go and Queena Lee-Chua on online learning and parenting. I've provided the links here for you to be able to access them. Now, once you have gone through these materials thoroughly, the next phase would be the release of additional materials regarding pertinent information on academics, formation, and school services. For instance, there will be a series of videos that our Sanggunihan students have painstakingly and passionately put together to help their fellow students get on board their online platform. So please expect the release of these videos and more resources in the coming days. Now, the third phase is the release of the downloadable online primer for junior high school on July 27. This primer is a more detailed version of an already detailed primer that we released before. Now, will all your questions be answered after this third phase? Well, hopefully, most of it will be answered, but I think it is also important that we leave some questions unanswered because it is only through the benefit of their online learning experience that these answers will become clearer and more meaningful to you. If I may draw an analogy, I mean, no matter what a tour guide does to try to describe a destination, there is no substitute for the actual experience of going there. Therefore, only after our boys go through their first 2 weeks of school will we move to phase 4 of our SHOP. This is where parents and your son's teachers will meet synchronously to get to know one another better, share insights and thoughts about their first few days of online learning. We will release a memo on the schedule for that meeting. But you know, there is another reason why I think that it is a good thing to allow these experiences to unfold before we address some of the questions. Why so? Because one of the more important words that we need to take to heart in order to survive this new normal is the word adapt. Before us is a challenging task to chart a course without the aid of a map nor a familiar path. No? A Spanish poet captures our predicament so lyrically. He said, "Caminante no hay camino," or traveler, there is no pathway. The only way to create that path is through your footprints. But you know, many of us are creatures of habit. Many of us are reliant on templates. Many operate on scripts, on maps, on advance notices. And I'm afraid that this habit will not equip our boys to navigate the unpredictable future. The call for us is to be prepared to take detours, to improvise, and to chart that uncharted path with faith that by God's grace, our son will make it to their desired destination. And it has to begin with you. Thank you very much.